Maybe Hope is the evil genius that Steffi makes her out to be. Hey y'all, hey, welcome to the deep dive with Toya Creates. Today is Thursday, May 7th, and we are going to get into the bold and the beautiful of it all. But first, if you love soap content like this, please join me every day for the deep dive. Like, comment, share, follow, subscribe. So let's just get into it as I've already recorded this video, but I've had to do it again as my file was corrupted. So first we see Ridge, Steffi, and Carter having a meeting, and Ridge is over Steffi's piss poor attitude, and so am I. Ridge tells Steffi that she needs to show Hope more respect, and she needs to use a gentler hand in how she's handling these situations, because Hope is an asset and Ridge is afraid that Hope might jump ship. Now, Carter and Hope used to date, and they were engaged last year, and they staged a coup of the company of Forrester Creations, and they were running it for a little while. And so I believe this is Steffi's biggest problem for now, even though Steffi and Hope have had decades of beef. But, every time Hope comes up recently, I guess in the last week, Steffi keeps talking about this coup. But you guys are sitting up there with Carter, and Carter did way worse. He also slept with your stepmother a couple of years ago, but y'all forgave that too. But Hope can't catch a break. So anyways, Carter's in there too, and he's echoing the same sentiments as Ridge. Steffi's trying to explain it's not personal. It's about the bottom line, which Carter does understand from a business standpoint why this makes sense, but he is cautioning Ridge. He's just like, that's your stepdaughter. This is Brooke's daughter. Like, this is going to cause problems. I would advise not doing this. And then he also tells Steffi that, he's trying to reason with her and saying that she needs to support Hope and not alienate her. And Steffi's like, la 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 la. No, she said Hope can whine and cry all she wants, but she won't leave Forrester. Let's see. Steffi just will not listen to any of the advice that she's been given, and she thinks Hope should just suck it up. Meanwhile, you can see the panic on Ridge's face, but you know what? So what? You helped create this monster, because you don't check Steffi the way she needs to be checked. Because I'm honestly surprised that he's been defending Hope, singing her praises, because last year she was a bitch. Remember? I don't forget. Brooke should have never went back to him after that anyways, but who are me to judge? Anyways, that is basically it regarding what happened with Ridge, Steffi, and Carter, because Steffi is digging her heels in. She is not listening to reason, and if Hope actually jumps ship, it will 100% be Steffi's fault. So we also saw Liam and Katie. They are still, good Lord, what is this? Liam and Katie, they're still at the Logan office just talking about everything. Because remember, Brooke came by yesterday and it seemed like she was making amends, and that has impacted Katie a little bit, because Liam is still very, very much like it's only a matter of time before Hope comes over. He keeps talking about how great it would be, how the Forsters aren't fair to people outside of their selected circle, and he is right. And Liam says that Hope is a visionary, honey. You like it. I love it, Liam. She's a visionary, and the sky would be the limit over at Logan as opposed to what's going on at Forrester, because she's just not wanted there. And he respects Steffi, but he recognizes finally that Steffi just has a personal issue with Hope. So there's not much Hope can do in the situation. So Katie is interested, but she just doesn't want any more drama from Brooke. She recognizes the fact that Brooke came over yesterday and she's like, I really think she wanted to make amends. So she is very hesitant to do anything that would basically destroy what is left of her relationship with Brooke. And she thinks further drama could impact Donna because Donna's married to Eric and, she is loyal to him as well. And so Katie thinks Donna will turn on her as well and she'll side with Brooke. And, Katie does want Logan to succeed, but not at the expense of her sisters. You are better than me, Katie, I'll tell you that. Because I'd have to get Brooke back. And I'd have to, it's very much I could show you better than I can tell you story, as far as I'm concerned. But kudos to you, Katie, for being the bigger person here. So yeah, that is basically it with Katie and Liam too, because they've been having the same conversation in the same space all week long. So, Katie, do you want Hope or not? Figure it out. So the biggest storyline to me came from Hope and Brooke. So they are still at Brooke's house talking about everything and talking about the exchange that Hope had with Steffi and Ridge. More so Steffi than Ridge. So Hope is just tired of being undermined by Steffi. Brooke says, don't make it personal, and they are focusing on Eric's line, and Hope just feels punished by Steffi, and I get it. Now, Hope had all the good comebacks today. I wish she would say this to Steffi's face. And, this is why I'm thinking, maybe Hope is more deceitful than... maybe Steffi's a little right. Anyways, Hope was like, Steffi is a watered-down version of Stephanie without the talent. And Brooke is just like... And Hope really, I don't know, maybe she is an evil genius, because the way Hope put a battery in Brooke's back and Brooke fell for it, in my opinion. I'm not saying Hope was trying to be deceitful, but I don't know. So she tells Brooke that she should not have to answer to Ridge's Nepo daughter, Steffi. And Brooke is still laughing about that too, but she's just like, she's trying to keep the peace, even though Hope thinks that Brooke is being passive and that it's also keeping the peace by advocating for yourself. And this is where she's gassing Brooke up. She's just like, she was like, Mom, I want you to know your worth. You've been diminished. You've had to shrink yourself to fit in over at Forrester. You're being diminished. You should be co-CEO, not Steffi. You should be making these decisions, not Steffi. So Brooke, she held out as far as she could, She was just trying to explain things. But then she started to be like, you know what? I have felt lost at Forrester Creations recently. When? This is the first we are hearing of this. Everything is grand. You've married your destiny again, back in your precious little office. What's the problem? But Brooke said she's felt lost at Forrester Creations recently. Okay. And Hope, she feels like Steffi is trying to make Hope for the future irrelevant. And Brooke just keeps trying to counter, no, we just have to focus on Eric's line. This is business. Don't make it personal. But Hope is just hurt and angry. And she says she's not going to allow Steffi to strip her of her dignity. And she's hoping that Brooke will do the same. And Hope Iyanla Van Zandt at her. She was like, Mom, I want to hear you say that you know your worth. And why does Brooke fall for it? She's like, You know what? You're right. I do know my worth. And she admits that she does deserve to be co-CEO with Ridge, not with Steffi. So I think Brooke said she was going to talk to Ridge about it. So I cannot wait to see that. I am questioning Hope at this point because I'm just like, if you have another opportunity to leave, why even go through the trouble of convincing your mom? Well, not convincing, like, why go so hard about, oh, mom, you should be the co-CEO, not Steffi? It's like, are you just, lighting things on fire before you exit just to watch the chaos unfold? Because maybe it's a get back because Steffi is still mad about the Deke firing. I mean, Hope is still mad about the Deke firing and everything, and rightfully so. That was jacked up. I feel like if Steffi wanted to fire Deke, she should have done it herself in favor of her own brother on top of that. But girl, whatever. But it's not personal. Anyways, maybe this is Hope's get back, and if so, I'm here for it. I mean, Steffi deserves it at this point, so I really don't care about her feelings or how she's impacted at this point. Maybe, who knows what Rich is going to say. If he says yes, I hope he fires Steffi. Or she gets a major demotion. But, if she's at home, maybe the kids can actually be home. Because no one ever sees those kids. Whatever, why am I talking about that? Anyways, that is what happened on The Bold and the Beautiful today. I hope Brooke is going to talk to Ridge tomorrow. I cannot wait to see his reaction. And I cannot wait to see what Steffi says when all of this comes out. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss what's next.